Have you ever stopped for a moment and wondered how a small dish on the roof of your house can connect you to a network that stretches across the entire planet? It seems simple when you plug in the device, point it towards the sky, and suddenly the internet begins to flow into your home. But above your head, far beyond the clouds, thousands of satellites are racing around Earth at incredible speeds, each one part of a system designed to keep you connected every second. What looks effortless from the ground is actually one of the most intelligent technological systems humanity has ever built. In the silent darkness of space, satellites constantly move across the horizon, and yet the connection in your home remains stable. This is not luck, and it is not random. It is the result of a powerful decision-making process happening every moment, where the network determines which satellite should serve your home right now, and which one should take over next. The system looks at the position of satellites as they move in orbit, calculating which one has the best angle to reach your dish. It also measures the strength of the signal traveling through the atmosphere, choosing the path that will give you the fastest and most reliable connection. At the same time, the network analyzes how many people are using each satellite, ensuring that no single satellite becomes overloaded while others remain underused. In a fraction of a second, complex algorithms balance these factors together and make a choice. The remarkable part is that you never see this process happening. To you, it feels like the internet simply works. This quiet intelligence is the reason Starlink is often called plug-and-play technology. You plug in the dish, and the system takes care of the rest. But behind that simplicity lies an extraordinary vision of engineering and persistence. When people think about innovation, they often imagine giant rockets or futuristic machines. Yet sometimes the most powerful innovations are the invisible systems that operate silently in the background. This is where the philosophy often associated with Elon Musk becomes clear. Elon Musk has repeatedly emphasized that the future belongs to those who build systems that solve real problems in elegant ways. Connecting the world to reliable internet is not just a technical challenge. It is a mission that requires imagination, resilience, and a willingness to rethink how global networks operate. Every satellite moving above the Earth is part of that mission, forming a living network that adapts constantly. When one satellite moves out of range, another immediately replaces it, like runners in a relay race, passing the baton without slowing down. The user never feels the transition, but the system is working tirelessly to maintain the flow of information. This idea reminds us that true innovation often hides behind simplicity. The goal is not to make technology complicated for people, but to make it so intelligent that complexity disappears from the user's experience. When you look at your Starlink dish quietly facing the sky, it may appear to be a simple device, yet it is actually communicating with a dynamic constellation that never sleeps, constantly calculating, adjusting, and deciding which satellite should serve your home at that exact moment. At first, everything about this system appears effortless, almost magical. But the deeper you think about it, the more you realize how much intelligence must exist behind a connection that never seems to fail. Every second, satellites are moving thousands of miles above the Earth, traveling at speeds faster than most aircraft, and yet your connection remains steady, as if the satellite were standing still above your home. The reason is that the network is constantly watching, calculating, and adapting. Each satellite knows its exact position in orbit, and the system on the ground knows where your Starlink dish is located. When you begin using the internet, the network immediately evaluates which satellite has the best position to serve you. But position alone is not enough. The system must also measure how busy that satellite already is. If too many users are connected to one satellite, speeds could slow down, and the experience would suffer. Instead of allowing congestion to happen, the network quietly shifts connections across multiple satellites, spreading the load like a carefully balanced bridge carrying thousands of vehicles. This automatic balancing is one of the hidden secrets that make the network feel smooth and reliable. Yet the real suspense of this system lies in the constant movement happening in space. Satellites do not stay in one place. They glide across the sky in long paths around the planet, which means the satellite serving your home right now will soon move beyond the horizon. If nothing replaced it, your connection would simply disappear. But the system never allows that to happen. Long before the current satellite leaves your view, the network has already found the next one rising over the horizon. At that exact moment, your connection shifts seamlessly from one satellite to another without interruption. You do not hear a sound, you do not see a signal drop, and you do not realize that a cosmic handoff has just taken place hundreds of miles above you. This constant transition is like an invisible dance happening in orbit, where satellites pass responsibility from one to another in perfect coordination. What makes this even more fascinating is that the system must also consider the quality of the signal passing through the atmosphere. Weather, obstacles, and distance can all affect signal strength. The network therefore chooses the satellite that can deliver the strongest and clearest connection at that moment. These calculations happen continuously, faster than any human could possibly react. In many ways, this reflects a deeper philosophy about how modern technology should work. The vision often connected with Elon Musk is not just about building machines. It is about creating systems that think, adapt, and improve the human experience without demanding constant attention. When Elon Musk speaks about innovation, he often focuses on solving complex problems with elegant engineering. Global internet connectivity is one of those problems that once seemed impossible to solve. Vast regions of the world had limited or unreliable internet because traditional infrastructure could not reach them. The idea of using thousands of satellites working together as a single intelligent network once sounded like science fiction. Yet today, that vision is becoming reality. Every automatic handoff between satellites, every decision about load balancing, and every adjustment made to maintain signal quality represents another step toward a world where distance no longer limits access to information. The suspense is not just in how the system works today, but in what it means for tomorrow. Because once a network in space can connect one home, it can connect millions. And the story of global connectivity is still unfolding above our heads. When you step back and think about what is really happening above your home, the entire idea begins to feel deeply inspiring. A small device quietly placed outside your house is communicating with a moving network of satellites that circle the planet day and night, creating a bridge between Earth and space that most people never even notice. This is more than just internet technology. It represents a shift in how humanity solves problems that once seemed impossible. For decades, millions of people around the world lived without reliable access to information simply because cables and towers could not reach them. Mountains, deserts, oceans, and remote regions created barriers that traditional infrastructure struggled to overcome. Yet the moment engineers began looking upward instead of outward, a new possibility emerged. If satellites could form a living network around the planet, then the sky itself could become the highway for global communication. This vision required enormous courage, creativity, and persistence, because building a system like this meant launching thousands of satellites, designing intelligent software capable of managing constant motion in orbit, and ensuring that the experience for users remained simple and effortless. What makes this achievement even more powerful is the philosophy behind it. The idea often associated with Elon Musk is that progress happens when people refuse to accept limitations as permanent. Elon Musk has often encouraged engineers and innovators to rethink problems from the ground up, asking not why something cannot be done, but how it could be done differently. The Starlink network reflects that mindset perfectly. Instead of forcing people to depend on slow and limited infrastructure, the system uses space as a dynamic platform where satellites continuously cooperate to keep connections alive. Every moment, satellites evaluate their position, measure the demand on the network, and analyze the quality of signals traveling between Earth and space. The system then makes instant decisions about which satellite should serve your home, ensuring that the connection remains fast and stable, even as satellites move across the sky. It is an invisible orchestra of machines working together with incredible precision, guided by algorithms that balance performance and efficiency. The most remarkable part is that all this intelligence is hidden behind a simple experience for the user. You plug in the device, aim it toward the sky, and the network does the rest. This simplicity is not accidental. It is the result of thousands of hours of engineering designed to remove complexity from everyday life. When people begin to understand what is happening behind that simple connection, they start to see technology differently. They realize that innovation is not just about gadgets, but about systems that quietly empower people to learn, communicate, and explore new ideas. The sky above us is no longer empty space. It has become a living network connecting communities across continents and oceans. Every home connected through this system becomes part of a larger story about human creativity and determination. The lesson hidden within this technology is powerful. When intelligence, vision, and persistence come together, even the most complicated challenges can be transformed into simple solutions that improve lives everywhere. And if you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.